Okay, this is the second unboxing at home. Now, first and foremost, primarily, as we all know, I'm a Kenner toy collector, first and foremost. Have been for over 30 years, because to me, Kenner absolutely nailed it almost 100% of the time. Every toy they put out during the 70s and about the mid 80s, because that's my cutoff is. I've explained in other videos before. Pretty much 1973 to about 1987, 86, 87. That's it. Nothing beyond that, because it's not happening. Okay, but this, of course, is a Mego related item, and the only Mego that I technically collect is, of course, a fashion doll related item, and that's Jordache, Candace, and that's it, because the Jordache line I think is pretty cool. I mean, yeah, she suffers some of the same fate that a lot of the latter end Mego produced items. It's called zombie face. That's a real term, folks. Okay, what it is the plastics that were used in the molding of their faces. Not the arms or the legs or the torso and the rest of the body, but their faces have a tendency to go from a natural skin tone to a grayish tone, which is aka zombie face. But okay, let's get back on the subject here. This, of course, is a part of my childhood back in the 70s. It was one of the absolute most popular television shows ever produced. I mean, it was on all the time. It's still in syndication and reruns. It's never left the air, kind of like MASH and a lot of other TV shows in the 70s. I won't name them all, but there's just a couple of them. They were always in syndication. They're always on TV. You can watch them all the time. But here's the problem. A lot of them tend to be edited. They'll literally trim about 6 minutes from the original 45-minute frame, or 48 minutes. 45, 48, just depends on the TV show it was. So, I know, me personally, I can't stand an edited episode of television because I'll be able to remember what's missing. But here we go. Let's get to it. First and foremost, this is coming from Freddie Silva from Litchfield, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Freddie. Awesome. Okay. Use the scissors as intended. Love what it says on the top of the box. You'll find out what it is in a minute anyway, so. Alright. Ooh, paper. No bubble wrap, just paper. That'd be kind of cool. I don't mind looking at people's newspapers from other parts of the... Alright, this newspaper. Oh, and of course, he is bubble wrapped in the bottom. Well, first and foremost, he's a very short figure. Typical Mego action figures were about 8 inches in height. They did make 12-inch versions of mainly superheroes. Okay, the only other one you can think of is Star Trek and Buck Rogers. But those were made in 12 inches to compete with, well, what do you expect? Star Wars. The same line that they could have they passed on. And like I mentioned in the previous video, Mego was not the same because Star Wars was just absolutely dominated the toy market. And Kenner, they knew a winner and they're the ones that actually, when they were first approached, they were hesitant with it as well. It wasn't just a couple. There were like 5 different toy manufacturers. They all initially passed on Star Wars and said, nah, that's okay. But Kenner went ahead and got it anyways, and the rest is history. Well, here we go. Let's get him out of the bubble wrap. Nice. A single piece of tape. I like that. Because some people will tape the crap out of things. All right. Well, it's your friend and mine. Hey, it's the Fonz. Hey, Richie, what are you doing, Richie? I'm a redhead, so I'll be Richie Cunningham. Hey, Fonz, what is this? Okay, now let's get to the first and foremost. Okay, in case you haven't noticed, Mego toys have made a comeback in the last couple of years. Now, they went ahead and redid Fonzie, or Arthur Fonzarelli. But guess what they didn't do? They did not bring back his thumb action, you know, because his thumb would literally go up and down. And, of course, anyone old enough to remember the little device in the back? So you can go, oh, I gotta straighten his back up. Hey, hey, hey. So he does his, hey, Fontarelli motion. So, yes, they didn't do this for the new version at all. They just totally got rid of it, as you can see here on the back. That is the trigger mechanism that makes his hands go up. So, and of course he still has cowboy boots. Still has cowboy boots and all that. And she has nice denim pants and that. And of course, like I said, this is an 8-inch figure, because most of the Mego dolls were 8 inches in height, superheroes. Laverne and Shirley, I believe, were 12 inches. So that was one of the few of the, basically Laverne and Shirley was a spin-off of Happy Days. And it was the only ones where they were produced in a taller height. They weren't 8 inches tall, they were taller. And then Lindy and Squiggy, I believe they had figures as well. But, I just wanted the fonts, and so it's cool how you can put his thumbs back down. Oh yeah. I don't want to force it down. I'm going to keep it up for now. But I think, yeah. So, yeah. Because literally his thumb's right there. Just notice they'll spring out, and then they go back down again, kind of like right here. See that one there? See, there's thumb action. It goes back down. They didn't do that. They went ahead and eliminated that process. It could be possibly that the person who patented this did not, maybe they reacquired and secured the rights away from Mego Incorporated from back in the 70s. And they said, no, we're fine. No amount of money. So, and that's a good thing, because you don't want to have a brain fart. All right, a reproduction of a figure, because it can be easily confusing to a novice collector to not know the difference between the original, such as this, and versus the current one. The good part about, let's say his clothes are in bad shape, well, you just get the current version that's available, and you can just replace it, except for the coat, because there will not be a slit in the back of the coat, naturally, because it no longer has this motion. So that's it. I only have the 2 at home. The other items I will unbox later today in a much better location. I mean, I'm better lighting overall. This is not bad, but you get the idea. So tune in for the next 3 that are coming up later today. Bye now.